call me a bit crazy for coming and sitting on the island. But hear me out. I think it's right for me to try and talk to Jay. Maybe call it a sign, whatever, or just guilt, mainly just because you know, I didn't tell her where I was. I didn't tell anyone where I was. Apart from Apollo now. No one knows where he is either. So I don't know if people class that's unfair. But I think she would understand. I'd hope she would, since she's my friend. But I guess you kind of never know half the time if somebody will understand anymore. I can read up on the note from, well, not from, but the note, letter thing, whatever thing that Celine wrote. A bit ago that was found during the temple. Because I'm kind of dependent on talking to her about it. I was thinking about telling Jay, because I think it's something she kind of deserves to know, considering Karma and Celine, they weren't the best friends, or like best on terms per se. But Karma potentially not here technically. But Jay is a no Jay. Probably is able to contact Karma somehow. Virgo, you need to kind of not be here sometimes, but I'm glad we've been able to put aside our differences for now, Virgo. Because you do definitely seem like a lovely person. I've been sat here for a hot minute on Jay's island. I don't know where she is, in all honesty. I don't know if she's been staying here or she's been somewhere else, but I guess we'd find that out eventually.
Ben, seriously?
Hi.
Hello,
Hi.
Artemis.
Yeah.
How are you?
I've been well. Just been doing things and that.
Yeah, you look very different. Did your horns get bigger?
Maybe. I guess.
Well, it's nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's nice to see you as well. I haven't seen you since that day, but yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's just been a casual 2 months.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I assume you got my note. Sorry again.
Yeah.
I was just worried.
No, I get that. I get that. I would have been back no matter what, most likely. It may have just taken me time.
Yeah, I know. I just, you know, a lot happened before you left, so.
Well, a lot happened to cause me to leave as well.
Oh.
But I don't want to talk about it within the harbour.
We can go somewhere else if you wish.
Yeah, I can take you to where I've been if you like.
Sure. Lead the way.
So how's Sky been in that?
They've been good, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad, especially considering some of the circumstances of what's happened. recently.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a couple days since I last saw them, but I've been staying with Charlie actually.
Yeah. How is Charlie? How's...
They're good. I've been showing them how to read.
Oh, that's nice.
It's slow going, but they know people's names more or less now.
Oh, that's nice.
Because they kept getting letters from people and then
And they couldn't
complaining to
read
me
them.
about not being able to read them. I had to read the letter you sent them to them
That was
because they couldn't read it.
that was the point of it as well.
Oh, good.
But
Oh,
welcome, I guess.
yeah, this is wow. You've been busy.
Well, so considering I technically don't need sleep that much, this
Mm.
is kind of all I've been doing, really. And
A little passion
after,
project, I guess.
yeah, after like Apollo, I travelled with him for a bit.
Oh, I wanted to ask where he's been because I haven't seen him in a while.
He's gone to per se. To put it,
Oh,
yeah.
and you're okay with that?
Yeah. I mean, he was always meant for bigger things, I guess.
Mm.
But yeah, this is the town and everything. There's been like quite a few traders and that through here as well.
Oh, interesting. There has been more people arriving around the harbour as of late as well, actually, so
Mm,
I'm not too surprised.
yeah,
Curious
that's
cases. I admit to not having interacted with many of them.
uh
You know, Charlie's place is quite isolated.
yeah, I've spoken to quite a few travelers around here
Hmm.
because I guess I tend to be one of the people that are always here.
I
Um
see, I see.
yeah, we got the town hall, but
It's very nice. You've done very well.
uh I think you can guess what that is. Yeah, I built
Uh,
this
oh, this
main
is precious.
quite solid just so I can
Oh, I
um
love this. This is very much my aesthetic.
considering this was quite literally built just so I could take you somewhere safe to talk about stuff away
Well, I
from the
appreciate the
harbour.
effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it you want to discuss?
Celine.
Ah,
Yeah.
starting with a big one. Well,
Might as well.
mm-hmm.
So you remember how I know you obviously went off before everybody and that.
Yeah, I just needed a moment to myself. I do
I
apologize for that.
No, because I left per se not long after. Because there
Mm.
was something in my pocket that
Oh,
when we got transported back and that there
you were
was
given something.
yeah you could really say that maybe a bit more than just given something unknown by who or what per se I
Mm.
was gave it by, but do you remember the fourth log? There was a page missing, right?
I do indeed remember the tear.
Someone put that page in my pocket,
Huh.
and it was. I was meant to find it with the group, but I thought I'd just go on my own because I found it when I got back to the tavern.
I see.
Um, it took me to Burnwood, in a
Oh.
little dirt hut, and I had to dig for something. And
And what did you find?
something from Celine wrote.
I'm assuming I should be concerned.
Considering this is what kind of caused me to leave the harbour. Is Karma okay?
I can't say I've spoken to them since the day at the temple. But
Right.
mm, I'm sure they are fine. They are a very powerful demon after all. I don't think a little bit of lightning will put them out of commission that easily.
Well, I don't think it's
But
just that lightning we should really worry about.
uh,
I think it's Celine as well we should worry about.
I am in agreement. You know I don't have the fondest opinion of them after what they gave to Panky.
Considering
Quite like keeping my free will.
considering this little whatever Celine wrote says they will rule, is the last little thing they say is I will rule. I don't want her around. I don't want to see them. I don't want.
So they will rule, and the only other being in this valley who had any opposition to them, I suppose, in terms of power, hasn't been seen in 2 months.
I would also like to point out the other guy, the true god, as it's kind of put.
Yes, well,
That's kind of also mentioned.
the issue of that, it mentioned in what way?
Kind of no matter what armor and them they want, they will try to rule the harbor.
Well, there's been nothing similar to the power surge that happened at the temple since. I haven't felt any signatures similar to it, but that doesn't necessarily mean they are away, because if they mean god in the literal sense of a god, whether I'd be able to sense that kind of power without it being used is very highly debated.
Well, Celine doesn't see them as I'd say Celine doesn't see them as a true god because they put it in air quotes. About them.
Is that a thing of narcissism, or is that a thing of this entity being narcissistic themselves?
Well, Celine says they're narcissistic, so it could be either way, to be honest, because I don't have a real fondest idea of either of them.
No, well...
Based off Charlie's reaction and what Anki did, like...
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
One of the reasons I've been staying with them. They've seemed okay since everything.
Yeah.
However, they are considering sealing their home off from the outside world.
I would say that's a bad idea.
Yes,
considering that's what kind of like not same situation, but the end did that, and that caused people to die.
Yeah.
I know Charlie could come back to life, but I'd rather not have that tested at times.
Yes, well, they seem to find safety and security there. I've been doing my best to convince them to hold off, but they have been making the place self-sufficient, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
But they haven't made a decision yet, I don't think, but they seem very keen on staying safe and keeping me safe, though I suppose that's because I moved in with them. They find some sort of responsibility for me now.
I can understand that. That's why I left, to try and keep you all safe. Because if I took the problems with me, maybe...
I appreciate the thought, but at least in my mind, taking a note that could potentially serve as a warning towards an eventuality, well, we could still have been in danger without you there.
That's the thing, it's like...
I'm just happy Cillian hasn't done anything, though that being said,
that doesn't
there's still
give me...
been hide no hair of Panky since the incident.
There's been no Panky, there's been no Celine. That's what concerns me the most.
It's concerning because if they're not around, then what are they plotting?
Exactly.
And I doubt they would have left the harbour altogether, so then it will be...
Considering that they want to... And to me, Panky's like, they're kind of like... I don't say it like... they're not an accomplice because they kind of control Panky per se.
Well, Panky and Celine were already in somewhat of an agreement. Panky proposed taking over the harbour to me when I was under the potion's influence. Celine coming to them with a similar offer, asking for their help, sounds like a definite thing that could have happened.
Yeah.
Their goals seem to have aligned, and the fact that we haven't seen them is rather foreboding. But it's been kind of nice having some peace.
Yeah.
In a semblance, I suppose.
Honestly, I didn't just invite you to talk about that. I just wanted to kind of just invite you over here.
Yeah, well, I greatly appreciate it. It's very lovely.
Thank you.
It's actually quite perfect. I have some tea on me.
Oh.
I own a tea house. I have to be prepared.
Yes.
Actually, in a similar but off-topic vein, I have received some new books for the library recently. And I think one in particular you might, well, actually, a few of them in particular you might find interesting. However,
Yeah.
ever wondered what the overworld thinks about the end?
At times.
I'm curious to see how accurate or inaccurate it is. I do believe it was written by a human scholar, so whether they got much reference point is an interesting debate.
It will be, yeah.
I do have a couple of books in here that you might have an interest in.
Oh?
So, well, I did manage to find a book on elves as well as on gods. So that one is rather vague since there are so many different imaginings of the beings that exist and they haven't been seen in so long. So
this first page, it's not really wrong per se, it's just upsetting.
what does it say?
They're not wrong, there is little to know about the shulks, but yeah, Endermen are commonly found in the overworld, in the realm.
Yeah.
The shulks, it's kind of like they don't really have much like to do. They do. It's more
from the way you describe. Well, I know they have.
There's a hierarchy type
rank
thing.
And
yeah, it's like not many shulks are politicians per se, because
they're more of a warrior caste.
Yeah,
yeah,
and that is because of if you are full shulk, which obviously most are. There's not much that can harm a shulk, really.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with me and Apollo. We aren't full shulks, so we could be killed, but we couldn't because of his elf side as well. It was harder to kill us, obviously due to the elf side and stuff.
Benefit of two bloodlines keeping you alive, I suppose.
Yeah. Also, is the same bloodline that caused me to die that one time. But apart from that,
I do recall.